Hello, hello. Good morning to all of you. Good morning. So only our President sir is wishing me good morning. Thank you very much. So I'll request all delegate to please take your seat. I'll request our chief guest to please take front seat, sir, please. Our past president are requested to please take front seat. So it's already 10:14. We are scheduled to start at 10 o'clock, but we all know that due to this beautiful rainy experience, maybe many of our delegates are stuck in traffic. But nevertheless, let's start this conclave, this Wealth Summit 2025, Coding the Future of Wealth Creation. So I'll request our President Advocate C.A. Tarun Gupta ji and Chairman of this conference C.A. Kamal Nayan Jain ji to come on the dais and to escort our chief guest Mr. Diven Chhatrat, Managing Director Asset Management Professional Switzerland, and our guest of honor is on the way, Mr. P.C. Khurana. So I will also request our General Secretary C.A. Sivani Agarwala to please come on the dais. C.A. Kamal Nayan Jain ji, please come on the dais. A big round of applause for all our dignitaries on the dais. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Now, I'll request everyone to please rise in your seats for our national anthem and ACAE theme song.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
तू जो कर्म कर विश्वास हो जो धर्म पर हर नियति में हो गति जग जीत ले तू हो हौसला चट्टान सा हो श्वास में तूफान सा मझधार को अब पार कर जग जीत ले तू उद्घोष कर अब हर हृदय में जोश भर पहचान तू जो लक्ष्य है जीवन तेरा उत्कर्ष है जग जीत ले तू हो सत्यनिष्ठ तेरी डगर हो रोशनी हर राह पर अब बस यही पैगाम दे सृष्टि नए आयाम ले जग जीत ले तू जग जीत ले तू जग जीत ले
Thank you very much. Please take your seats. Jag jeet le tu, work is worship. So I think these two statements can only be achieved by sharing knowledge. And today we all are here to discuss on wealth. And the purpose of this entire conference is the wealth which we are generating on every second, how to mobilize it, how to invest it, how to reinvest it in the best form what is available right now in the world. And that is the signal. Today we have our chief guest from Switzerland. A big round of applause for our chief guest. And it's proud moment for all of us that Mr. Deven Chhatrat is son of our past president, C.A. Indu Chhatraji, and it's the second generation. First time I am seeing on the dais that ACA's past president's son is on the dais as the chief guest. Third generation. Okay. So Kamalji rectified me. Okay. So it's third generation. Great. So proceeding with the event. Now let's move for lighting of the lamp, and I'll request our chief guest, Mr. Deven Chhatraji. I'll request Mr. P.C. Khurana has not yet come, so he will join later on. And I'll also request all our past president and our executive committee members, our president C.A. Kamal, our past president C.A. Kamal Nayan Jain ji, President Tarun Gupta ji, Simani ji, please join us for lighting the lamp. And all our EC member, past president member, our past chairman EIRC, C.A. Nitesh Murji, please join us.
गणनायकाय गणदैवताय गणाध्यक्षाय धीमहि गुणशरीराय गुणमण्डिताय गुणेशानाय धीमहि गुणातीताय गुणाधीशाय गुणप्रविष्टाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय भालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि.
Lighting of the lamp is again symbol of enlightening the knowledge within you. So thank you very much. Huh. Ah. Okay. Okay. So right now I have been informed that our past president C. Indu Chhatra's father C. K.L. Chhatraji is also our past president. So that's why he is third generation. Thank you very much. So now let me introduce our chief guest Deven Chhatraji. So Deven Chhatraji is managing director at UBS Group, and his current role is of an integration officer in the group integration office. He is also responsible for the integration of Credit Suisse Group acquisition by UBS AG in 2023 across various aspects of the acquisition, primarily for UBS asset management. Previously, he has led several global head of operation roles across UBS. He also holds multiple master degree, and his latest master degree was in finance and investment from University of Nottingham, UK. So thank you, sir. Thank you very much for taking out time and be with us. So I will request our past president, Sri S.M. Gupta ji, sir, please come on the dais and present Uttoryo and memento to Mr. Deven Chhatraji ji. Please. And I will also request our president, Advocate C.A. Tarun Gupta ji, to present memento to Deven Chhatraji, and also symbol of ACAE, a cup, memento. Tarun ji, please hand over memento to chief guest. The theme of this year is Rise. And you'll see the cup which we are presenting to Devenji, the logo towards upliftment of all of us through knowledge. आई थिंक स्विट्जरलैंड से आए हैं तो थोड़ा तालियों में हम और गड़गड़ाहट दिखाएं. एक वेलकम अतिथि देवो भव वसुदेव वटुंबकम, ये जो सूत्र हैं इन्हीं सूत्रों पर भारत की आत्मा टिकी है. सो नाउ प्रोसीडिंग फर्दर, आई विल रिक्वेस्ट आवर प्रेसिडेंट ACAE टू प्लीज गिव हिज वेलकम एड्रेस.
Good morning to all of you. It gives me immense pleasure to extend a warm and hearty welcome to all distinguished guests, speakers, delegates, and members of the Association of Corporate Advisors and Executives, ACAE, to the Wealth Summit 2025. As we gather here today under the visionary theme, Coding the Future of Wealth Creation, we do so at a transformative moment in India's economic journey and ACAE's own historic milestone of completing 65 years of excellence and service. This summit is not just another event in our annual calendar, it is a reflection of ACAE's enduring mission to serve as a beacon of knowledge, dialogue, and professional empowerment. It is also a testament of our ability to stay relevant in an ever-evolving financial world. As the pace of change accelerates in the global economy, the paradigms of wealth are being fundamentally redefined, driven by digitization, democratization of information, geo-economic shifts, generational transitions, and sustainability imperatives. Wealth creation is no longer a linear path. It is a dynamic equation that now demands innovation, agility, and foresight. From understanding the nuances of capital markets and commodities, exploring new age asset classes like tech-enabled platforms and real estate models, to managing family legacies and wealth stewardship. Today's summit brings together some of the finest minds from across industries to decode these opportunities. We are particularly honored to welcome our chief guest, Mr. Diven Chatrat, a globally renowned asset management professional, and our guest of honor, he was on the, sir has come, Mr. PC Khurana, sir. Please give a big round of applause to our guest of honor, Mr. PC Khurana. Our guest of honor, Mr. Khurana, is the zonal head of Central Bank of India, whose presence amplifies the strategic importance of this platform. Their perspectives, along with insights from our eminent faculty of speakers and panelists, will enrich our knowledge and understanding and spark actionable ideas. The 6 curated sessions today are designed to be not only informative but transformative. Whether you are a finance professional advising clients, a business leader managing legacy wealth, a young investor seeking new age ideas, or an enthusiast exploring the future of financial markets, this summit has something valuable for you. I take this opportunity to thank every single member of ACAE fraternity who has contributed to making this event possible today. From our conference committee, led by CA KN Jain sir as chairman and CA Neeraj Harodia as co-chairman, to our executive committee, who have worked tirelessly behind the scenes. A special word of thanks to our sponsors, knowledge partners, and all the delegates who continue to believe in ACAE's mission and lend strength to our initiatives. As president, I firmly believe that forums like these are vital in nurturing a culture of lifelong learning and peer collaboration. Let this summit not be an end, but a beginning of new ideas, new networks, and renewed purpose in building sustainable wealth for ourselves and for our nation. We hope you will take away not only knowledge, but insights, but also inspiration and connections that will continue to grow beyond this day. Together, let us rise to reimagine, innovate, strategize, and execute the future of wealth. Thank you, and Jai Hind.
Thank you, President, for your welcome address. Friends, now Mr. P.C. Khurana has joined us. So let me introduce Mr. P.C. Khurana. So Mr. P.C. Khurana is a seasoned banking professional with over 36 years of service at Central Bank of India. And currently he is serving as Zonal Head in Kolkata. An MBA from Indira Gandhi National Open University and alumni of Punjab University, Mr. Khurana brings a wealth of experience in regulatory compliance, credit operation, and customer-centric banking. His career reflects a commitment to ethical leadership and financial inclusion, making him a valuable voice in India's banking landscape. Sir, thank you very much for accepting our invitation and this morning to be here. So now I will request Chairman of this conference committee, CA Kamal Nayan Jain ji, sir, please present Uttorio and memento to Sri P.C. Khurana ji. A big round of applause. This is the 65th year and we will be completing the 65th on 26th of August 2025. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Now I will request Chairman of Wealth Summit, CA Kamal Nayan Jain ji, to introduce the theme of the summit, Coding the Future of Wealth Creation. Sir.
Respected Chief Guest, Mr. Diven Chatrat, Managing Director of Swiss Bank. Guest of honor, Mr. P.C. Khurana, Zonal Head of Central Bank of India. President AC, Mr. Tarun Gupta. Distinguished speakers, esteemed guests, delegates, member of AC, ladies and gentlemen. A very good morning to you all, and I welcome you all to this conference. It is indeed a moment of great honor and pride for me to stand before you as chairman of this conference, Wealth Summit 2025, organized by our ACAE. We are gathered here today not just to discuss numbers, trends, or markets, but to explore the future of wealth creation in its most meaningful, responsible, and innovative form. The theme of this summit is Coding the Future of Wealth Creation, which are chosen very carefully to reflect the evolving dynamics of new wealth, how wealth is perceived, built, managed, and passed on. In today's rapidly transforming world, wealth is no longer confined to traditional parameters. It encompasses digital assets, sustainable investments, technology-enabled advisory models, and most importantly, financial literacy and inclusion. The emergence of wealth tech, alternative investments, and AI-driven tools is redefining roles, not just of investors, but also of professionals like us. Friends, wealth is not just about accumulation, it is about value creation, continuity, and character. It is our responsibility as professionals and thought leaders to decode this new era, to blend experience with experimentations, and to guide businesses and family alike with ethics, foresight, and empathy. The summit brings together some of the brightest minds from across India and abroad. Practitioners from capital markets, real estate, asset management, family business, and fintech under one roof. I am confident that today's discussion will generate insights and are not only practical but also visionary. To our young professionals, entrepreneurs, and future leaders here today, this is our moment to learn, connect, and contribute. Let this summit not be the end of knowledge sharing, but the beginning of many meaningful collaborations. In conclusion, I would like to say, wealth is not merely a reflection of success, but a responsibility to make a difference in business, in society, and lives around us. Let us commit ourselves to a larger purpose for this nation. Wishing the Wealth Summit 2025 a grand success. Thank you. Thank you.
Sir, thank you very much. And since the beginning of this wealth conference, you have played a very important role in channelizing all the speakers' guidance, the subject, and what should be the theme of this. So, thank you for your immense contribution towards this conclave. Now it's time to unveil the souvenir, ACAE souvenir, a special issue which our ACAE team has prepared on this Wealth Summit 2025. And I will request our chief guest, Devenji, our guest of honor, Sri PC Khurana ji, and dignitaries on the dais to please come forward. And I'll also request editor C.A. Siddhant Jajodia, please come on the dais to unveiling this souvenir. Thank you, Siddhant, for your immense efforts to compiling this souvenir. Our president has informed me that this souvenir complies of article from all the speakers today who are going to speak. I think that is also one of the biggest achievement, to take the article from all our learned speakers, and whose time is very precious. Now, it's time to hear from our guest of honor, and I'll request our guest of honor, Mr. PC Khurana, Zonal Head, Central Bank of India. Sir, please give your inaugural address.
Good morning to all. First of all, thank you for inviting me, and it's an honor for me that you have invited us. And this is there is a wealth theme. I think it's a wealth summit. And Devinder ji, thank you. You are came from Switzerland. You are from bank in yeah. Recently, I also visited in Switzerland and visited Cantonal Bank. Recently in May only, and they shared everything what is going on banking and everything. Really, there is a transformation. Wealth अब जो I can speak in Hindi only ना? ठीक okay. Actual में जो मैंने वहाँ देखा तो बहुत ही एकदम changes हो रही हैं बैंकिंग के अंदर. उन्होंने हमको एक स्टडी भी दिया. हमने वहाँ नॉर्थ वेस्ट यूनिवर्सिटी को भी विजिट किया. तो नॉर्थ वेस्टर्न दैट वाज ए यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ अप्लाइड साइंसेस. Mr. Kalia actually there was there, and everything he explained very well about what is the environmental issues, what are ESG, and how banking is changing through manual to digital. They have also case study ING Bank. ING Bank is very universal bank, and it's now going very digital bank and exploring in various countries. So I am working in Central Bank of India. तो सेंट्रल बैंक भी आप लोग को मालूम ही है कि वेल्थ क्रिएशन में हम लोग भी आपका फाइनेंशियल एडवाइजरी सर्विसेज देते हैं. और शुरू से चाहे वो अनचाहे था चाहे वो चाहे था, अब तो डिफरेंट थोड़ा सा है. चेन्नई जैसे बताया सर ने कि अब HNIs और रियल स्टेट है और पब्लिक इश्यूज हैं और सो मैनी अदर थिंग्स आर कमिंग। पहले भी ये चल रहा था, थोड़ा सा पहले डिफरेंट तरीके से होता था, अब थोड़ा सा डिफरेंट तरीके से। अब वन रूफ पे जो सर्विसेज, फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज हमको देना है, दैट वी हैव टू मतलब के गिव एवरीथिंग ऑन वन रूफ। तो हमारा बैंक भी ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन पे है, न्यू बैंकिंग में बहुत कुछ चल रहा है। आप लोग आज ही मैंने पढ़ा है कि बहुत सी ब्रांचेस की सिटीज़ के अंदर, यूरोप में मैंने देखा कि बहुत सी ब्रांचेस क्लोज हो रही हैं बड़े बड़े सिटीज़ में, कि ज़रूरत नहीं है कि मोबाइल, ऐसा हमारे पास एक बैंक है कि कोई स्पेसिफिक एरिया की ज़रूरत नहीं है। तो जो वेल्थ है वो तो असली मीनिंग है कि हार्ड वर्क से ही अर्न किया जा सकता है। वो आपकी थिंकिंग, हार्ड वर्क एंड आपका रिस्क टेकिंग कैपेसिटीज़ हैं, उसी से अर्न किया जा सकता है। तो मैंने बहुत कुछ 36 और ईयर की जॉब में मैंने देखा है कि बहुत लोग इसके आगे बढ़े हैं। अभी मैं कल ही पढ़ रहा था, मैं उस लड़के को आई थिंक मिला भी हूँ, एक लाहौरी जीरा करके नाम, हमारे लुधियाना, आई बिलोंग टू लुधियाना सिटी। तो वहाँ क्या कि उसने एक स्टार्ट किया काम, अब छोटे से एक 50,000 से काम शुरू किया, अब वो 250 करोड़ 2,800 करोड़ का उसका वैल्यूएशन है। और आई थिंक लास्ट 6-7 ईयर्स में। तो आप जो यंग एंटरप्रेन्योर्स आ रहे हैं वो थोड़ा सा डिफरेंट सोचते हैं। आईटी का जो सोच है उनका, आईटी के अंदर जो डिफरेंट, एक सिक्योरिटीज़ के ऊपर भी देखो, मैंने एक सिक्योरिटी वाला भी एक लड़का मैंने मिला मेरे को आईटी सिक्योरिटी के ऊपर, उसका भी, वो भी लुधियाना का ही था। तो उसका भी देखो, उसने काम स्टार्ट किया मुश्किल से 1-2 लाख रुपए से शुरू किया था। अब उसका कंपनी लिस्टेड कंपनी है पुणे के अंदर, एंड ही इज अर्निंग, जो भी यूपीआई का जितना भी सिक्योरिटी है, एवरीथिंग बैंकिंग का वही देख रहा है। तो कितना उसके ऊपर उसने अपने आप को वेल्थ क्रिएशन किया है, उसने हार्ड वर्क किया इसके ऊपर, उसकी टीम ने काम किया है। तो ऐसी कोई बात नहीं। तो एवरीथिंग मतलब के टाइम के साथ, और जो आप लोग प्रोफेशनल्स बैठे हैं, तो एक दूसरे को अपनी दे के, जो सर्विसेज दे के, हम लोगों के लिए डिफरेंट, जो हमारे अल्टीमेट कस्टमर्स हैं, उनका हम वेल्थ क्रिएट कर सकते हैं। तो हमारा बैंक भी इसके साथ, अभी हाल ही में हमने 2 दिन, कल ही हमने एक जनरली के साथ भी हमारा पार्टनरशिप हुआ है। तो एम्बेसडर ऑफ इटालियन, उन्होंने ही आके कल, आपने आज से पेपर्स में पढ़ रहे होंगे, तो जनरली के साथ हमारा टाई अप हुआ है। वैसे उस कंपनी का हमने शेयर भी लिया है हम, क्योंकि उसके एनसीएलटी में फ्यूचर ग्रुप का था हमारे पास, उसका शेयर भी हमने खरीद लिया है। तो दैट इज़ ए एक्सेलेंट कंपनी। तो उसके साथ भी हम लोग करेंगे। और वेल्थ क्रिएशन में हमारा योगदान बैंक का, हमारी 4,500 ब्रांचेज, वी आर ऑल इंडिया, आवर बैंक इज़ गोइंग वेल, एंड फॉर द लास्ट 3 years इज अर्निंग प्रॉफिट, गुड प्रॉफिट, and transformation is there. Neo banking, we are opening accounts in tab banking, everything, like we have ease mobile services, that is a very excellent, everything is available, like SBI, Axis, HDFC available on same centers. तो आप लोग इसका आप लाभ उठाएं। डिफरेंट बैंकिंग इंडस्ट्री में, अपने बैंक के लिए नहीं कह रहा, दिस प्लेटफॉर्म इज डिफरेंट, मतलब एज ए होल बैंकिंग इंडस्ट्री आपके लिए बहुत कुछ कर रही है, और सारे बैंक अच्छा कर रहे हैं। ऐसा कोई नहीं है कि चाहे वो प्राइवेट है चाहे वो पब्लिक सेक्टर का है, ऑल आर डूइंग वेल, एंड बैंकिंग इज पार्ट फॉर वेल्थ क्रिएशन। एंड थैंक यू सर, आपने बुलाया, थैंक यू सर, आप थैंक यू अगेन।
Thank you very much, Khurana sir, for your address, and very well you have covered this entire banking experience of yours towards creation of wealth. We are also happy, many of our speakers for today's session is already here. Sir, thank you very much for your presence. So now friends, it's time to hear from our chief guest, Mr. Deven Chatrat, who is Managing Director, Asset Management Professional, Switzerland. Sir, please give your inaugural address. Thank you.
Thank you. So, Chairman sir, co-chairman, president, guest of honor, and Madam Secretary, and learned guests. Thank you very much for having me here. I'll do a shout out to my grandfather, given that he's been named so many times, Mr. K.L. Chatrath, probably sitting somewhere having Mary biscuit and a cup of tea at this point of time. And my dad, Indu Chatrath. So thank you very much for having me. I have known this association for a pretty long period, actually. Probably when I was not even 10 years old, visiting and sitting there waiting before people entered, and I would then leave and sit somewhere in some income tax office on a bench waiting for these guys to finish so we could drive back home. There was no Uber in those days. Wealth creation. So when I was thinking about this, and thanks to Tarun to hold patience, because he told me one day, Devin, I need 4 pages. I said, what do you think, Tarun? I'm going to give you 4 pages on a Friday evening. I'm going for a beer. He said, okay, let's settle at 2 pages. So I gave him 2 pages of an article, which you may need. And of course, that was an article written over a beer, so it's more, less on the wealth that we think is wealth. Standing here as a 3rd generation, I think this is the greatest wealth that I have. You know, rest is just a number. But, you know, you don't want a person to come here and, you know, wear the right tie and wear the right suit and talk about the Buddhist practices, right? Because there are a lot of people who can do that here. So let's just talk about a few concepts. Jo aap padhenge, you will read through this over a period of time. One thing is very important, and I was having this conversation with the chairman here, is that the pace of wealth creation has changed. I do not know if you realize, but by 2027, there will be more of 75% more wealth created just between America and Asia Pacific. And the testament to that is NVIDIA, for example, which I'm not sure if you guys have invested in, I'm sure you have. But it just shows you the pace of wealth creation is out there. It's, can we as a country and as an individual be one of the front runners who could attract that wealth? The other thing that you'll hear a lot about, and I was reading the newspapers, and yesterday I think Economic Times, I had ordered for it, it spoke about, there's a full article on Gen AI. And I think what is important there is what we call the big sort, S-O-R-T sort, where organizations who are investing in Gen AI are going to very soon start differentiating themselves versus the ones who are not. And I think that is something fundamentally going to change the landscape of wealth creation. I did some research and I gave it to my daughter, and she put this together for me. My daughter's 13 years old. And I put the research together, I wrote a couple of sentences and I gave it to her, and then she produced this paper for me, which I am using today. Just to show you that as a 13-year-old, she also checked for plagiarism. Ki, Daddy, I just want to make sure ki koi check karega to you is not plagiarized. So she also did a chat GPT check for plagiarism, right? So it just shows that that's a thought process of the new generation that's coming up. One thing is very, very important, and if I go into the core of academia, I'm an academic by studying, may not have the PhDs, but one of the biggest evolutions that have happened, largely post-COVID 2020, Ukraine war, February 2022, Trump's tariff nonsense of 2025, is that the volatility of the market, which is measured through the VIX index, has changed a lot. Like I joke in the bank that everything was red except the VIX index, which was green, because it was too volatile for it not to have been green. And when I was studying mathematics, we used to call it the wall of vol. The volatility of the volatility has now changed. And I think that's important that all of us start thinking like that, that there's nothing constant. And one of the things that I saw a lot in my firm, so again, I purposefully, and again, I should say this, I always say this wherever in the world I'm having a chat, is that I am not representing my bank in any ways. So please, I told Tarun, do not put me on the internet, please. But if you look at the wealth, at one point I was managing the operations till January of this year of $1.6 trillion. We run $6 trillion of wealth, which is more than the GDP of India, right? So when the Ukraine war happened, and I was sitting there, and I was tasked to offload all the Russian assets, because it was important that we should not have been, it was not about the money. It was not about the money. It was about the reputation. There were clients who said that when you send me a performance statement, I cannot be seen to hold any Russian security in my statement of assets. Sell it or take it to zero. The last time I did that was in 2008 when I was valuing Lehman Brothers. And I sat in Lehman's offices post Chapter 11 filing, and my job in those days used to be a quant. I used to look at a balance sheet and value the asset. That was my only job. I used to be a very, very horrible person. I think I'm getting better, because I only used to be with numbers, and I refrain from individuals. But what has changed from then to today is that the reputation has taken more of a front seat, and you are, I hear, a authority of governance. You don't mind losing money, you mind losing repute. And I think that's where wealth creation in its intangible form is becoming very big. So going back to not being tangential, and Tarun call out time, because if you give Chatra the mic, Chatra doesn't leave the mic, right? But what is important is that what I saw from 2022 was a big move into passive assets. Passive assets are index investing. So what you buy, like a Nifty index, an S&P. My S&P in 7 years gave me 70% return, which was basically nothing to do with me. I basically took my pension fund and invested all of it in the S&P, right? That is a problem. So what AI will now start getting, and why was that happening? Because that was simply human behavior. That volatility, as much as we love it, we don't like it. You like the constancy every morning. Chai aise peena hai, suit aise pehenna hai, tie aise pehni hai. You wouldn't have appreciated me rocking up looking any different. But the problem is that the world has to evolve much quicker now, and we have to be adapting to change. So one thing for wealth creation has to be that active investing has to come back. Because as they say, every dollar that moves between a passive fund, $3 move between an active fund. So you will see an upsurge of differentiation of the active managers, which would essentially mean there will be a big price pool. So what has happened in the passive game in wealth creation now is, because there was no performance, all you were getting was if the S&P went up or the S&P came down, the management fees has taken a toll. People are struggling. We are thinking about what to do, right? So from a perspective of creation of wealth for tomorrow, pricing has to get more institutionalized. You have to differentiate more on what you can do on the top of the alpha, because alpha is not coming through passive indexing. And the last thing is resilience. So the Ukraine war, so when I was a young boy, 25 odd years back, and we were sitting there, we used to model risk. And we used to go and think about what's the risk parameter we could take. We would go to WorldCom. We would go to the tech bubble. And we would go to, let's say, the world wars. But that is the extent of which you could do a risk shock in your systems. But today, when you think about it, every day is a model for a risk shock. Trump came in as a president, risk shock. Tariff, risk shock. Lehman, risk shock. So for creation of wealth now, it's getting extremely difficult as much as getting extremely easy if you can adapt to change. One of the areas that the banking sector is investing a lot in is called the one-stop shop. So you can give me, I can give him, he can give me the same thing. But can you cater to me, my 13-year-old daughter, my 70-year-old dad, and my 100-year-old grandfather at the same time, and keep everyone's interest? So one thing for wealth creation today is becoming a one-stop shop culture. How many things can I offer on the same platform so you don't leave me? So you will hear the concept, or you'll hear the terminology, one JP Morgan, one Goldman Sachs, one UBS. All they're doing is they're offering everything they have on one platform. And that's how they're trying to draw wealth. Not rich, but wealth. The second thing that is evolving quite a bit now is people are moving a lot. And people forget that money is driven through relationships. So as AI comes in, and I'll go to the AI topic soon after this, as AI comes in, the only differentiator on the back of that, given alpha is becoming pretty constant across everyone, is going to be, can I keep myself in a place where my client wants me and then wants the alpha after me? So it's really important to retain that talent now, because ever so, the talent is moving a lot. So that's a big problem for us now, is how do you retain talent, especially so to be able to attract the right guy, because the talent moves, the money moves behind the talent, and that's important. So with that, I'll come to one of the as I call it, the elephant in the room, which is everyone reads it. It was 2 pages yesterday in Economic Times. It's 10 rupees now. When I left, it was 3 rupees. So it's gone up quite a bit. But essentially, Gen AI. And if you look at the Gen AI model, a very, very simply looking at a Gen AI model without going crazy rocket sciencey about it, what is the first thing Gen AI is now doing? Every single chairman of every single bank today is standing in front of the media and saying that their operational cost is going to go down between 10% to 15% gross. And the reason they say that is we are going to take out anything that's repetitive and repeatable. And that's the way we will be able to generate that share price, which will lead to generation of wealth for my client. And the way they're doing that is, if you think about it, I always think about a donut. If you think about a donut, which is your organization, you've got sales, you've got product development, you've got investment research, and you've got middle back office. That's your donut. And in that donut, they've said, we are going to take out between 30 to 40% of the selling cost from the bank, just by removing everything that's repetitive in the sales organization. Because if you think about a sales organization, it does fact sheets, it does marketing documentation. The salesman only enters later, but everything else is already done for the salesperson. I should be more diverse now, salesperson rather than salesman. But that 30 to 40% cost is just going to come out through Gen AI. Product development, distribution. How do I differentiate the product that I'm offering? As we used to say it back in England, bells and whistles. What more bells and whistles can I attach to the same product that I can differentiate myself in the bigger market? That's about 35%. Investment research. So all these portfolio managers and these traders who sit on these TVs, really, if you think about it, a large part of the team that's behind them is investment research team. And all they're doing all day is deciphering through large amounts of information and coming up with the idea that the guy is going to come and sell to you. So I was in a recent conference with a professor from St. Gallen. St. Gallen is a very reputed Swiss university, and he has started a hedge fund with three professors. And what they do is, in a closed room, they have TV going on, newspaper being read, articles being published, podcasts happening, like anything and everything about the world on a one stock basis. Today they have 80 stocks on which they have every single information in the world, and the person who's doing that for them is their agent AI. So there are just 3 of them, and the AI is then taking all the information and generating that one differentiator. Citadel, Ken Griffin. Ken Griffin runs an organization which has become 100 billion as a hedge fund on the back of the fact that he can continuously look at that one spread in a model which will differentiate that one investment to be leading as a hedge fund manager. So it's all about wealth creation today is about actively managing, looking for that one thing which will be able to then look for that differentiator. Middle back office, so this is a lot, and everyone says the ops cost is a lot. I was speaking to the chairman here just 2 minutes back and talking about India, right? And I was saying that today it's upon India today. It's upon all you folks here. Are you happy making the penny spread through Gen AI? Or are you who can actually put the money and the investment and the belief that you could have the next NVIDIA in your own country. Because you are the back office of the world. You will always get that money coming here. A person who costs me $27,000 now costs me $4,000 if I come here. If I start going to a $100,000 guy, the guy costs me $30,000 here. And of course, at a managing director level, now India has a few of them, they usually cost the same across the world. But it's important, what do you want to be? But middle back office, of course, is going to see a lot of evolution. So with that, really concluding on that, and I had a few things written here, like I'm not sure why we are not yet, like Singapore has, we have a fund now doing tokenization, right? Blockchain, why can't we are settling, not sure if you realize, but we settle more FX in India than the entire world. And why can't we be market leaders in those kind of non-service provider agencies, but actually create those technologies which are from the front? So something that China then throws out and NVIDIA stock goes down 50%. Why can't we be those people? I think that's where India has to think about wealth creation. Getting rich is actually pretty easy. I've realized that. Getting wealthy is not that easy. So I think for me, with that, I would say it's really the growth story in India, wealth creation in India is all in the hands of yourselves. And I always say this, and we always say this, right? You either go big or you go home. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your address and giving so many new insights. And I think this is really a thought-provoking for all of us. Friends, with this, this inaugural session come on the last stage, and now I will request CA Sivani Agarwala, General Secretary ACAE, please come and propose vote of thanks for this inaugural session. Thank you.
A very good morning to all of you. They say health is wealth, so thank you so much. Our chief guest looks pretty healthy otherwise also, and we had some healthy discussions and a great healthy turnout. Thank you so much, sirs, for sharing your wise words of wisdom. Thank you for making us realize that the creation of wealth is not really a destination, it's a journey. And for you, Chatrat sir, it's almost like homecoming. I was watching you from the side, and you've got such a striking resemblance to your dad. So welcome once again to ACAE, which is your home turf. And thank you so much, Khurana sir, for sharing your valuable insights also. Thank you so much to our leader, our president, Tarun, without whom this would never be possible, our chairperson and co-chairperson, who evidently have put their heart and soul in pulling off this summit. Most importantly, to all our heroes who work behind the scenes, and to all of you for joining in for the inaugural session. We have lots of wisdom coming your way, flying like confetti, and so stay tuned in. And we have a very power-packed summit coming in, and we have our next session on capital market starting very shortly. So stay tuned and don't go back. Thank you so much. And may I now request all our past presidents, EC members, special invitees to join us on the stage for a group photo, please.